Hey, we're live.
We are live, but
Welcome.
I want to ask you, like, how was your travel day yesterday?
Pretty good. Made it home.
Nothing happened? Didn't visit every terminal in Atlanta?
So
I want you to share this story. Because it's funny.
We're going to tell you guys, we went to Remington Ammunition this week, the two of us. They let us in. And you guys are going to get a little behind the scenes of what's going on over there. We've got some cool footage. But we had to go through Atlanta Airport on Tuesday and yesterday.
Yeah.
And this week, we've spent approximately 8 or 9 hours in the Atlanta airport. So
A long time.
we've been to most of the terminals in the Atlanta airport.
Yeah. First, we were trying to find a restaurant, and then we were like, oh, yeah, let's go over there. Oh, it doesn't open in an hour. Oh, let's go back over here. So we spent our time hopping terminals for about 2 hours.
We had a long layover both times. Oh, God.
Well, yesterday,
So,
we're deciding, hey, we know where we're going to eat. It's in T.
we got to
Terminal T. Let's
just go to T. Yep.
So we're going up the escalator, and I'm like, feel like this is the right one. And Ryan's like, oh, yeah, it was going down last time. Now it's going up. I'm like, checks out. Maybe they just switch it out during times of day. So we get up there, and I'm like, this does not look familiar
Feels
at
different.
all.
Way different.
And I'm like, maybe it's down there. So anyway,
Favorite restaurants in Atlanta Airport? Anybody? Hartsfield Jackson?
Hartsfield Jackson. I'm going to say One Flew South is a very, very good one. Way better.
One Flew South.
Than what was the brewery one that we ate at?
That was
Sam Adams.
Sam Adams Brewery. No good.
No.
No.
Don't go there.
I'm sure the beer's fine. The food is not really there.
We got a lot of folks joining in. We got Mix Gordon. We got David in from Southwest Oklahoma. Welcome in. We've got William Tinsley, Luke Capria, our main man.
I was just listening to Luke on Gun Talk Radio.
Hey, and
He called in.
We
Did
got
you know
Jonathan.
that you can just call in to Gun Talk Radio on Sundays?
yeah.
It's live
Yeah.
in the afternoons.
I'm going to be a guest on there this week, discussing the fifth rule once again, trying to get that word out.
What is it? 866
Tom Talk Gun.
It's Tom Talk Gun.
Yeah.
Tom Talk Gun. Tom Talk Gun, good.
Oh, see, Mapes likes the hat. He notices the hat.
Yeah.
Gun Talk Hunt. They're
Gun Talk
available on our shop.
Go to guntalk.com/shop. And you can buy
lots of new stickers up.
I just bought a bunch of them.
Ton of new stickers.
So
I'm gonna just
good.
give you guys a fair warning. Like, the small ones are, like, uber small. Like, this one, if you can see it, I've got one, and you got the same one, the chair against the wall.
The chair is against the wall.
These are the smaller ones, so you may want to supersize these.
You can pick different sizes. I bought different sizes. And Gary had a great suggestion. You can buy 300 blackout stickers, and you can wrap them around your magazines to mark, all right, this is a 300 blackout mag.
That's a really
so I
good
don't
idea.
confuse it with my 5.56 gun. We've never done that, right?
No, never.
All right,
never.
so
Who
here we
brought
are.
you by today? We've got some
First
great
off,
sponsors.
you guys have to understand, not all companies out there will sponsor Gun Talk Live. Like,
why not?
Like Old Spice is not going to sponsor this, even though they should. It's predominantly male audience. It's the right demographic. But they're going to be like, ew, guns are icky, great. So we really appreciate our sponsors. And this Gun Talk Live is brought to you by Hodgdon. Since 1947, a passion for shooting and hunting has driven product innovation at Hodgdon Powder.
now
Hodgdon,
they stock, like, most all the powder.
They do, yes. They are the largest supplier of smokeless black powder and black powder substitute propellants. And the Hodgdon Reloading Data Center is the leader in reloading information. So you just go there, you plug it in, you get your recipe. You can find out more at hodgdonreloading.com.
Now, I know a lot of guys that go over to that website, they'll get their formula and then they'll start tweaking it just a little bit, but they start out right.
Yes. Follow the recipe, and before you start getting creative.
Yes, get that down first.
All right, also Sig Sauer. Sig just released 2 pistols, their Spectre series.
And we released the video on it because we featured it in Guns and Gear.
The P320X Compact and the P365 XL. And it has a lot of stuff. One of the things, it is a laser engraved custom grip pattern.
Which I like. now I love the 365, the 365 XL, but what this is really different as far as like the grip texture, because a lot of guys will go out, they'll get the 365,
Right.
and then they'll send it off to get customized.
Yeah.
Whereas this,
It's pre-customized.
There you go.
And that was kind of the idea. Lightning cuts, graduated serrations, and it has a distressed finish in the slide. Of course, SigSauer.com is where you find that. Also, Smith & Wesson, the new M&P Shield Plus 9mm micro compact, 13+1 in a shield. And it's really not much bigger than the regular shield.
remember when the Shield was like, I mean, it was kind of like it was ahead of its time.
Cat's pajamas.
It
yes.
was, and I think almost everybody in this room has one.
Yes.
I mean, or a couple.
A couple, and they're
now-
awesome. And this is awesomer. It has more ammo and flat face trigger, enhanced grip angle. That's one of the things about the M&P's family of guns. The grip angle, I think they got just
Yes.
right, and they have a different texture on it. So you're gonna pick that up, feel it. You're gonna like it, I think. But customize the Shield Plus with different sights, safety options. Find yours at smith-wesson.com. We also have a giveaway going on, KJ.
And what is that? That's going to be our
It's the Double Strike giveaway.
which
Two
features.
grand prize winners will receive the new Rock Island Armory STK 100 9mm striker fired pistol and 100 rounds of Arms Corps ammunition, so you can go shoot it.
When you get it, you can shoot it. And this is a weighty gun. This isn't a polymer gun.
It's a
It's
shooter.
got some weight. It's got
Enter now at guntalk.com/win for a chance to win. Now through July 30th.
Yep. All right,
Next
Luke,
week.
we'll see you. You have a great weekend. Don't forget to tune back in. He's already entered. So we're going to go ahead and
Did he have work to
jump.
do or something?
Yeah, he's working or something.
It's
We're going to
Friday,
jump
right?
into our giveaways. So last week we were on here and we said, you know what, we're going to give away Michael Shea's book on the rimfire revolution, the modern day guide to 22 rifles. Thank you for him for
How many
donating
pages
that.
is that book?
It is, well, more than 245.
260 pages or
Yeah,
so.
and it's got
All about rimfire.
all about it. I mean,
can just
17
nerd
HMR. And it's got interviews in the back, which I thought was a really cool way to do it. 22 Plinkster contributed to this. He's
What
got
does he know?
Yeah, he can.
Whatever.
He can. The man can shoot.
Yeah.
Bobby Haynes is going to get that. We're going to go ahead and throw his.
It was
comment
not
up here.
Aaron Sedberry.
It was not. I'm sorry, Aaron. But I'm actually currently making my way through this book. I'm going to try to get something out on it. But I know, Gun Digest, they put out a lot of good stuff. And Michael is a professional, and he knows what he's doing. So I appreciate that. But
There's
today,
there's stuff they can win today.
yeah, there's stuff that you can win today. And if you have already commented, you are entered. Just keep commenting.
Lucky you.
Yeah. And so we went to Remington.
Yes,
We're
we
not
did.
going to get that yet, but you are going to win a Remington prize. Our gain is like your gain because, I want to pay it forward.
That's not a saying. I don't think.
It is now.
All right,
Like-
we'll go with it.
I get something, I want to pay it forward. So you're gonna
Remington
get
prize pack.
Remington prize pack. I'm not going to say I can get them to send you some ammo, but I will see what I can do.
Like one box,
Yeah.
a half a box.
I will do everything in my power to include some ammo
Here,
with this.
7 rounds of 38 Super.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Gun Talk guys. Appreciate you.
So anyway, so if you win, please tune in. If you're on YouTube, I really don't have a way to reach out to you unless it is through the next week's live. So really, please make an effort to at least go back in and check, the first 10 minutes or so of one of our broadcasts to see if you won, because that's the only way I got. I'm sorry. Facebook, I'm a little bit more diligent about being able to reach out to you guys, but I will reach out to you, and then you just email me, and I'll get your prize pack to you. But Michael
There you go.
Shea, thank you for the book, and Bobby Haynes, congratulations.
So now what are we doing?
So now we kind of need to talk about what's going on in the industry, and we have actually a clip that you kind of wanted to talk about today of the Chipman nomination is still out there. And you know where we're going with
So
this.
this is the wonderful thing. So a lot of times these nominees for these cabinet positions or director of a particular 3-letter agency, we don't know much about them. You know, there's a history or whatever. But Chipman has been a spokesperson for gun ban groups for several years and making appearances places. So this is just a little bitty clip from David Chipman, who is the proposed nominee by Biden for ATF Director. Him being interviewed by Cheddar Business News.
In their mind, they might be confident. They might think that they're diehard, ready to go. But unfortunately, they're more like Tiger King. And they're putting themselves and their families in danger. And so what I would suggest is for those people who were first-time gun owners, if they did go out and buy a gun, I would secure that gun locked and unloaded and hide it behind the cans of tuna and beef jerky that you've stored in a cabinet. And, only bring that out if the zombies start to appear. And I don't think they are.
I don't even know what to say about this. Hide the gun behind cans of tuna and the beef jerky and bring it out when the zombies start to appear. I mean, that's why you went out and bought a gun, right? 8 million, 10 million new gun owners today. I think they've got 8 million cans of tuna. How many cans of tuna do you need to hide like a full-size, a new Walther PDP or a Glock 17 or something?
Here, I have a big problem with this.
This is like the prize pack from Costco tuna?
I guess.
Yeah.
Like a couple of them. One of my big problems is there is a massive difference between what responsible gun owners who have been in this like family, however long you've been, there's a big difference on what we try to convey to new gun owners. It's not hide your gun, because how long is it going to take you if an intruder comes into that house, how long is it going to take you to access that gun behind the cans of tuna? You're going to be flinging cans of tuna everywhere. Go get training. Like, that's where that is a big time difference in what we're trying to convey here. Get training. Go use it so you're comfortable with it and you're not a danger to your family. This drove me nuts when I saw it.
It's bizarre.
It's
totally bizarre. And obviously very bad advice. You should get training. You should not hide your gun behind a can of tuna.
That's another thing.
Like, if you're really seriously, I would think he would say, he would even. I know
Get
he's
yourself
anti-gun.
a gun safe.
Get a gun safe and
responsibly.
keep it locked up in a gun safe and hide it behind cans of tuna.
This is
and
our
he
guy?
says, and then he says it in a very condescending, like, in case the zombies show up, because this past year there weren't any defunding of the police, where the police are literally telling citizens, police chiefs saying, we're not coming. You probably should get a gun. There were several press conferences of them saying that, and riots around America, and he's saying, in case the zombies come. That's why people went out and bought a gun to protect themselves and their families, because they were scared of zombies.
And
what the hell is he talking about?
This is their guy.
I would love to hear him. I would love to hear him say that to a group of battered women, or someone who's like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" Like, this is the guy who they want to regulate firearms in the country.
Oh yeah.
So if you need a little bit more motivation, to contact your representatives and tell them Chipman is a no-go. No way, no
It's
how.
up there.
And I'll be scoring your vote, and you will not be reelected. I will work my ass off to get you not reelected if you vote for this guy.
Yeah. Okay. Other news.
Okay.
Way to go, Louisiana.
Oh, jeez.
You
messed up. You done messed up.
Louisiana.
So Louisiana, of course, we're following it closely. This is where we are. The constitutional carry passed in Louisiana with a supermajority. And then they sent it to the governor, and the governor vetoed it. So Louisiana, they have something they can do in veto override sessions. So they've never done this before. They had this bill and they had a couple others that they wanted to deal with. And the governor just went through and vetoed all the pretty good bills that the legislature passed. And then, before it all happens in Louisiana, Louisiana competes with Chicago for corruption in politics. It's just like a fun battle we have going on. The governor has line item veto power. And so basically, he's calling all of the representatives that are on the fence, or maybe he can sway, and he's going, hey, you wanted that bridge in your county, in your parish? You need to not vote for this. You wanted that community center? You had this pet project that we've been talking about? Not going to happen. So we had five representatives that voted for constitutional carry in the regular session who flipped. And we missed it by 3 votes of overriding the governor's veto. So it's disappointing, and we'll see what happens next. The problem is, one of the representatives who I personally know, he said, well, I changed my mind because I had several sheriffs reach out to me. And he said, I just couldn't sleep at night knowing that I could be putting law enforcement in danger by passing constitutional carry. This guy does not understand what constitutional carry is and what, he's not putting law enforcement in danger by allowing people to carry guns. We're already carrying guns all over the place. It's just you're not having to jump through hoops and getting a permit to exercise your constitutional rights. So this is just a lesson. I know this was here in Louisiana, but it's going around the country. Constitutional carry has some pretty good momentum, and there have been a lot of states to pass it. And
I did not think. I thought 100%. Okay, we're going to get it vetoed. That we're going to override that.
Right.
And we're going to have it.
We had a supermajority when it passed, so you think how could we not?
So Senators Johns, Smith, Bernard, Foyle, and Connick, you're on notice.
Yeah.
You're on notice. We saw that. So
we saw that. So
we're not happy.
So just an update there, but something that, I agree, Aaron. The governor has way too much power, and he is term limited. That this governor here, John Bell Edwards, I think he's kind of like, he was sort of a blue dog Democrat kind of guy, sort of a conservative-ish Democrat when he got in, and I think he's going to become a lobbyist, become an advisor, and go work with the Democrats, I think is where he's headed. So. But just a heads up for you, in your state, you guys need to be working on this and stay in touch with your representatives. Just try to make it a point to reach out, I don't know, monthly or something, and just touch base. And hey, watching you. What's up?
It's frustrating.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the stuff.
Couple updates
around.
there. So
on better news.
Yeah.
Let's and this goes right along with the prize pack that we have for you guys this week. We got to take a trip to Lonoke, Arkansas.
Lonoke, Arkansas is where the federal ammunition plant has been since 1969.
Federal.
Did I say federal? Remington. But federal does own them now.
Big green.
Big green. Remington.
I was kind of like,
wait, sorry.
What happened? Did
Sorry.
I miss that?
Remington Ammunition Plant. It's not.
I'm sorry, I won't let it slide.
They're the sister company now. I'm glad you corrected me.
You guys shouldn't let it slide either. So if we mess up, you guys call us out.
What the hell is he talking about? It's Friday. I don't know. It's the afternoon. I've been drinking since 10. No, I'm just joking. I haven't been. 1969 is when they opened there. They got 1,200 acres, and they load everything there. They load metallic, they load rimfire, they load shot shell, and they're loading millions and millions of rounds a day. You guys may go, where's all the ammo? One of the challenges in this past year was Remington, the big Remington company, went bankrupt. And so, frankly, the last half of 2020, they weren't really making much ammo.
Right.
And the timing of that, somewhere in the middle of 2020, there were like a good 6 months where they really just weren't making much ammo. They couldn't get supplies, and Federal bought them, Vista bought them, and so now they've got some cash, and they're getting back up and running. They're back up to like 500 or so employees. I think that's what they said, but they're cranking.
And what's really cool about this is that is running 24/7. So I was there kind of waiting to go to the range, and there was a shift change. And man, everybody was out, everybody came in, and it was amazing to see that. that it runs nonstop, and yeah, it was a really impressive facility. I think you guys, we just have a sneak peek for you guys, just a little bit behind the scenes. We'll talk about it a little bit more when we come right back.
We are in Lonoke 1. This is the building where they do all the 9mm target ammo. And I'm amongst all this raw material that pretty soon will become little bitty 9mm freedom pills. Okay, so we kind of said that at the beginning of this video, but they get all this raw material in and they make all the bullets, they make all the brass, they're making the primers there. I mean, the only thing they don't make there is the powder, and they ship that in.
And one of the cool things I thought about it was that they're everything. It's not just 9 or 5.56. I mean, they're making everything. We saw some wild stuff.
I mean, they're making the hulls for the shot shell stuff.
Yeah.
They take a big old tube of plastic and they're forming the hulls, the whole deal, extruding them out. Another thing that was cool in watching this process is there's a combination of machines that have been there since 1969, but also a lot of updated stuff. Probably one of the cooler things was the packaging.
Oh yeah, that
Packaging was wild, and how efficient they kept.
Well, it's
they could be
crazy
with
to
this.
see everything rolling off. I mean, you think it's one way, you think it's a bunch of progressive, but it's just not. It's so big.
Yeah. So this is the finished product. These are all 9mm, palletized. It's 105,000 rounds in each pallet, over 3 million rounds, ready to go out the door for shooters like you. But I may have to take some home. So in that particular building, just a heads up for you,
The Eli Building.
it's the Eli 1 after Eli Remington. All they make in there is 9mm, all day long, just cranking on 9mm.
And there's 4 sections with room to grow. So
Yeah.
they have plans to grow this, and that was 3 million rounds.
3 million rounds right
that
behind
you
me. I
were
was like,
sitting on. They did not let us take any back. So
no. But what's also interesting is, yes, they are cranking on 9mm, the high volume stuff, but we saw all sorts of different cartridges, calibers
Yeah.
being loaded.
I mean, with 35.
35 Remington, 7 mag. We saw 30 carbine.
Yeah.
We saw 16 gauge shot shells.
Because I think we get into this like line of sight where it's, we only see like our needs, which are like 223, 556.
Yes.
I need like 300 blackout. I need all these core
Yeah,
rounds.
just range stuff, right? And we all need that high volume stuff. But if you're the guy who's got a 4570 that you hunt with and you need a couple boxes each year, you're still hoping they didn't abandon making it, right? So they're doing some of that too. I don't think it's slowing them down on making the high volume stuff from what I saw.
And what I think people don't understand is the expanse and the breadth of this operation. Like, that's one thing that really shocked me. I think going inside and actually looking behind the scenes really opened my eyes on how these processes are kept and how the efficiency in which this place runs.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
really cool. I mean, we appreciate them for having us out.
So cool, weird stuff that we got to see. 8 gauge shells that they're loading. They're
That was
loading
cool.
8 gauge for an industrial client, and I didn't quite understand the use, but it's not really for guns. It's for blasting some kind of construction thing or whatever. But 8 gauge.
Yeah, and that was one of the coolest things too, because you were looking forward to, you had heard about it your entire life, but this was your first time actually visiting.
Yeah.
And you got to see kind of an iconic, like symbol of Remington Ammunition Plant, which was the shot tower.
The shot tower. So several different ways to make shot that goes into shotguns, but Remington has used this shot tower for decades, and it's 11 stories tall. We took an elevator all the way to the top, and they are pouring molten lead into what are really these big steel plates that have holes in them. and you're basically dripping the lead through the holes.
Yeah.
And it falls 11 stories. The drop makes a perfect circle, and it plunges into water, cools it down, gets hard, and then they sort it all out.
It's
But
fascinating.
It was really cool to see
Yeah.
them still doing it that way.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool plan. If you guys, I don't know if they allow people in to visit. I don't think they do, but
Probably not.
if you have a chance, don't miss out.
And Brian says, did they check your pockets?
Yes.
Actually, yes. There's metal detectors going in and out. So,
A pallet giveaway? Question mark.
oh, I like this pallet giveaway.
100,000 rounds on a pallet?
Joel,
Roughly?
you watching?
A pallet giveaway?
We'll go.
How?
We'll go halvesies.
I'm telling you, that would be massive.
Yeah.
A full pallet giveaway. That'd be a
good old
little
days.
over 100,000 rounds. You'd be set for pretty much your life. You could take all the classes
Good couple
you want.
years.
A good couple years.
It's a
You
good
got a
couple
good
years.
start.
Yeah, it was very cool. So that was their big message: is Remington is back, Big Green is back. They do have new products on the way.
We can't say anything yet.
Can't talk about them yet.
And we'll have a little bit more in-depth look at our behind the scenes, but we want to give you guys kind of a sneak peek on the front end and just what our experiences were with the entire Remington team. Very, very well ran operation, and it's good to see them back on their feet and running.
Yep. And a lot of the people who work there have worked there for decades. I think they had two of them that worked the shot tower just retired in the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's since 71.
Started in 1971, and one retired in, I think, 2012, and the other was like 2017 or something like that. But I mean, the same people running these machines, obviously they know it in and out, backwards and forwards. So
And everybody was so nice. I mean, you could go ask anybody on the assembly lines and at the machines, and man, they'd give you a detailed version of what. They're all like up here, and I'm just going.
They're excited to be making ammo. I think they're all hunters, shooters, so it's pretty cool.
Yep, it was awesome. So,
Yeah. So that's it for us. If you commented, you'll win a Remington prize pack.
Yes.
And we'll see you next week. That's it for us. For Gun Talk Live, be careful in the public ranges.
Thanks for watching Gun Talk Live. For more great gun content, subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages. You can always watch the Gun Talk channels on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon. And of course, you can always find us at guntalk.com. Thanks for watching.